want to know is holding in your anger like shaking up an angry Coke bottle? Or
do I hear some wacky woman in the background?
Should I keep it bottled up or should I just let it rip? Because my kids make me tired, my dog makes me tired, and I'm just tired. I just hold it in and I'm just starting to feel mad as a hornet's nest. What do I do?
You need to get a job.
I need to get a job?
Yeah.
Like
you need a
what?
different job because you should never get this agitated about anything. Maybe you should be like a hostess in a really good restaurant, just stand there, look pretty, and point to the table, that kind of thing.
But angry, Ellen, I'm so angry, and I just hold this all in, and I'm just trying to keep my cool, and I just might unleash on my customers. I'm just so angry.
I think that most people, right? Most women take it out on their husbands, right, Tim?
It's therapeutic to get it out. That's for sure. When you hold it in, creates additional problems.
I mean, isn't that the reason you get married? So that somebody could lace into you pretty good?
That's certainly a possibility.
Okay. I don't want to put you on the spot. I'm very open about how I feel about those kinds of things, right? We don't want to talk about divorce rates. Didn't we ever talk about divorce rates?
They're high.
Yeah.
Higher than ever. People are getting angry and leaving.
I'm not sure men and women are meant to be together on a permanent basis, right? And that's all I have to say about that. But this poor woman who's angry about the kids wearing her out and this wearing her out and that wearing it out, she's just taking life too hard. She's not laughing enough, right?
Yeah, I agree. You have to have humor within your anger.
Yeah, you got to find things that make you laugh. I mean, instead of yelling at your kids, laugh at them and say, hey, it's on you. You're 3 years old. You should take care of yourself. I mean, fuck you, little brat. I think that you got to tell the truth to your kids. Now, I guess the truth comes at different levels, right? When they're 3, you can't tell them the whole truth.
Yeah. When
they're 9, you start to tell them the truth, right? Depending on the subject matter. And then, after 12, it's just nothing but the truth, right? They got to be able to take it.
Well, and it's sad to foil their fantasies and their illusions, but there certainly is a time that you have to recognize the real world.
But when you get old, you have fantasies and illusions too, and delusions.
Yeah, delusions are good.
Right. So I think that from my standpoint, reality is only good for a certain part of the day. The rest of it needs to be fantasy. The fantasy is always better than reality. Right? I don't know. Am I making you laugh or cry, Tim?
It'd be hard to debate that one. Fantasy's always perfect.
Come on. Don't be scared to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yeah. Well, I think what we need for the ladies out there is a little bit of a combined effort as to the ways their kids upset them and a little congregation to identify cause and effect and similarities. And I think it's a pretty popular topic out there.
Oh, yeah. Overburdened moms? I don't know much about that. I know about overburdened and browbeaten dads, but I don't know about overburdened moms.
Well,
maybe we get an education on that.
The mom job description is a very complex job description, so I'm sure the burdens will.
Granted, I have nothing but respect for good mothers.
Yeah, definitely.
But that being said, I also think that good mothers are not necessarily good wives. That's a reoccurring theme. 6 up, 6 down. I have the right to discuss that. But I think a lot of men live in fear, so I don't get too many guys talking to me about it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to be fearful for.
You want to enumerate? No, you don't have to. I'll take the heat for this one.
Yeah. I'm on my first marriage yet.
Yeah.
You have a 6-pack, so you.
Yeah, and I didn't even get drunk off of it.
No,
not even a buzz. So let's see, what else is happening out there in the world that we could be pissed off about? I was in L.A., and the traffic was horrible as usual. I was in a restaurant, and now they have fucking rules in L.A. Restaurants can't serve this, they got to serve that. And somebody told me that the minimum wage is $30 an hour.
Could that be right?
Yeah. Now, I didn't check it, but I'd like to have the facts on that one. $30 an hour. I don't know how you could have a mom and pop business
Or any business.
or any business. You're right.
Yeah, I thought it was $15 last I heard. And of course, with federal still being $7.25 today federally, that's pretty significant.
Listen, our government doesn't give a fuck about its citizens. Trump is getting wealthier by the minute, and he's paying for less because he's bullying everybody into paying for him. I've never seen a more fucked up situation, let alone how he treats people, whether they're illegal immigrants or American citizens or whatnot. But, increasing the debt, I think the debt is probably going to be up 10 trillion, not just 3 trillion. It's just a mess with these assholes we have in Washington, and they all have their tongue up Trump's ass, and it's a disgrace. But so he's talking to Putin today, right?
That's what I hear.
2 peas in a pod. What do you think is going to happen there?
Well, the omniscient Trump feels like he's going to know if a deal's going to be able to be made in the first 2 minutes. So it shouldn't be a very long meeting, I imagine.
Well,
because if you know it's not going to be made, it's also not going to be made.
I wonder if we ask Melania if he's more than 10 seconds.
Well,
I don't know. But these two guys getting together, it's the joke of the century, and they're going to have a new nuclear pact, or, nobody cares that North Korea has all this new technology and nuclear technology and, armament technology provided by their relationship to sending their North Korean soldiers to get killed in the Ukraine on behalf of Russia. I mean, what are these two guys going to do except create more chaos and mayhem?
Well, we'll see what Zelensky has to say and see if there's any strong ideas there.
He didn't get invited to the party, right?
He didn't get invited to the party. I think he's fighting right now.
Yeah, his people are getting killed. The country's getting demolished, and he's not even invited to the party. I can't figure it out. That's modern day diplomacy, right? 2 dictators splitting up the pie or shitting on the pie or whatever.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
Feel sorry for him.
And the courts now are more corrupt than ever. And the payoffs and the pieces that are taken, and government being in business with public corporations. And how could this be acceptable to anybody? Sending troops whenever you're mad at a city because, they have homeless people, or they allow, some kind of immigration sanctuary. Are we supposed to use our soldiers in that fashion?
I don't know. The thing that strikes me is when we saw Trump and Vance there with Zelensky, where they really got angry. They won the show on that one. But, with Zelensky not being there today, I'm not sure if this is being broadcast live for the nation to see, or if we'll just get bits and pieces. But, within the first 2 minutes, if it doesn't go well, I'm going to be happy to see 2 world leaders getting really angry at each other.
Well, they'll shake hands. I'd like to see a good boxing match. One was, he was Putin, a former KGB killer, right?
Well,
he's a martial art expert.
Well, he'll be a light featherweight. What do you think Trump would categorize?
Sumo. You got sumo and featherweight. I just don't think that, other than being boisterous, that Trump's got any edge at all. He's got no chance.
No,
I agree. Yeah.
No.
Boy, I'd love to be a fly in that room, but they keep it all secret because they're talking about money deals and dividing up money deals and power plays. That's what they're doing, and that's why they don't want anybody around. It's one of those, quote, private meetings.
Yeah, if that's true.
Fuck them.
I could see that.
They are scum.
That makes you angry, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, just the idea of that asshole running our country and then making deals with one of the ultimate scumbags of our time. It's nauseating. It's pathetic. what is our country coming to that we could elect people like that and allow them to get it? And even if we did it by accident, how could we allow them to carry on their fucking criminality? Disgusting. It's disgusting. I got to think of something that makes me angry other than that. I mean, that kind of trumps all, Tim. Trumps all. Well, I don't know. Getting back to this wacky lady who was talking before.
Oh, about being upset at her kids and stuff?
Kids and work and all this other stuff. Slow down, right? Don't bite off more than you could chew. I had a theory that you should never have more kids than you have parents, right? So there would be no need for 4 or 5 kids, 9 kids, like these religious families have 15 kids. That is fucking ridiculous, stupid, right?
Sounds like a lot of anxiety to
Imagine
me.
going to church, it's you, your husband, and your 15 kids. You need 17 credit cards so you could make a deposit.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, my God. Oh, God. So, anyway, I was talking about California. And what I wanted to talk about was that they have a system there that nobody could get anything accomplished because whatever the left wing says and wants to do, they do it, and they have no recourse to it. I mean,
right.
They're a mess. The people that are business owners are suffering. A guy told me that it cost him $20,000 to get a permit, just to put a larger power supply on his business. Business. Can you imagine that? And also, the tax rates in California can be as high as 54% between state and federal. Wow. Right? And they're still fucked up. They still don't have enough money to fix anything.
Right.
I mean, I like California. It's a beautiful place to visit, but you can't live there.
Well, I mean, at $30 an hour minimum wage,
and gas is cheap there. It's only like $4.70. Can you imagine that? I remember it was $8 at one time or $6 another time, but
it is beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, great place to visit. Wouldn't want to live there.
Mm-hmm.
And but I will say, that's a bad situation. But the homeless seem to be pretty happy.
I mean, they have master's degrees, and they're not your regular homeless people.
No, they're well educated.
Sophisticated.
They get showers. They get food. They don't get harassed much. Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm there, and I was staying in L.A., but I had to go down to San Diego a couple of times. And I will tell you that if I was a homeless guy, I'd be in San Diego County. There's no reason to be in L.A. with the noise and the traffic. San Diego County is the most beautiful place with the ocean and the hills and the...
Such a healthy environment for
and
people.
Nice homes.
Good food.
Yeah.
Exercise.
It's the center of it's the center of golf. It's the center for tennis and swimming and hiking and bike riding, everything. It's got everything.
Yeah.
But yet.
Kayaking.
Yeah. But you got to just visit there.
Yeah.
Everybody, unless you're really rich, everybody's broke. Right? It's kind of like Saudi Arabia, right? Where you're either, in power or you're cleaning plates. But anyway, so I had that, and I had a couple of shitty restaurant experiences.
Did you get angry at them?
Oh, I always let them have it. Oh, so anyway, I went to the restaurant. I used the valet to park my car. No problem. I just leave the keys. Here's the car. He didn't ask me my name or anything because it was a small place, so he kind of recognized all the patrons, right? I come out after dinner, and I realize I only have a $100 bill, and I want to give him a tip. So I asked him, "Do you have change for $100?" He said, "No." He says, "The restaurant won't give you a tip for the valet, change for the valet." So I go into the restaurant because I have no choice, and I asked the guy, and the owner was there, and he recognized me. And he said, yeah, I'll give you change. So he gives me change for 100. I go back out and I give the valet a $5 bill. I said, do you split the tip with anybody? Or, he goes, no, and then he says, excuse me, it's $7. So I look at him and I say, $7? Okay. Now I go back in my pocket. I give him $2 and I'm thinking to myself, I would have been better off just walking out of there and telling the guy, hey, I don't have any money.
You would have.
Right?
Yeah.
So he beat me for $2 more. I was willing to settle for $5.
Yeah.
Yet he had to get $7 out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
Well, that's just like pulling up to the homeless guy who says, need food, and you bring him a McDonald's burger, and he says, actually,
I don't eat that.
Yeah.
It's not good for you. Yeah. Can you bring me a quinoa salad? I don't know. It's just, wherever you go, it's a show.
Yeah.
It's a fucking show. Nothing makes sense anymore. Like,
But again, the humor of being able to laugh it off is the fun of it.
but like, I was a kid, you were a kid, we ride our bikes, you fell off your bike, you scrape your knee, and the neighbor lady would say, oh, come over here, young man, let me clean that up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Clean it up for you. Now you got to go to urgent fucking care. And that's $12,000 if you don't have insurance, and it's only $9,000 if you do have insurance.
Depending on your insurance.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is another golden.
Well, if you don't have insurance, you go through the ER for $22,000.
Well, yeah. The real ER, not the local urgent care ERs.
Yeah.
But I also read, I guess it was yesterday, that Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway bought a gigantic interest in United Health because United Health has been having lots of issues, so their stock is a real good buy.
Yeah.
So now we have Mr. Buffett and his crew taking over one of the largest healthcare companies.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
And not taking it over, but certainly having a substantial interest in it. So I'm wondering how that's going to work out. But I can only imagine that it's all coming out of our hides.
Well, in that HMO world, they take your Medicare and negotiate cheaper contracts to produce the profits. And, so, if you're not doing too well, it either means your care is too good or your contracts aren't good enough to be profitable. So maybe they have the best care and the best profits.
I got to go back.
Today, I doubt it.
Yeah, well, profits are the key, not care.
Yeah.
Profits are always the key. But I remember Trump talking about lowering the cost of medications. It was a big thing for him, right? But now he wants to put tariffs on European, pharmaceutical companies.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that help reduce the cost of medication? I'm no economist, but just please tell me how.
Yeah.
And then, this is a kind of a, I guess that's the con man Trump talking about, we're going to do this. And don't worry, all you old people, it's your fucking fault there's not enough money in Social Security. But then again, not unlike China, we're having fewer and fewer kids in this country. So that situation's going to get worse. Social Security never had planned or been developed to provide cost of living increases. So, I understand how there's stress on the system. But I think the largest stress on the system is how these fucking assholes in Washington spend everybody into oblivion, and then they tell us it's on you, right? Like Trump also wants to, maybe he signed it, I don't even remember because I can't keep up with his stupidity, but he wanted to allow private equity deals in 401ks and cryptocurrency in 401ks. We're going to talk about that with our next guest.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's in 10 days or so. But
that'll be interesting.
Yeah. But regardless, he's allowing all these other riskier plays so that people who are not sophisticated at all can lose more of their future retirement funds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not judging any one investment. I'm not promoting. I don't know anything about it. I just don't know that adding risk to the consumer and the basic population that doesn't understand these things and is counting on these things to be productive over the next 20, 30, 40 years for their retirement, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And Uncle Sam's helping them get fucked instead of being thoughtful and trying to figure out reasonable things. And, and then they have so many penalties and rules for getting your money out. Let's get real. Let's help people save for their future without all the complication and only a fair amount of risk. But Washington doesn't fucking care. Right? Like, let's just put tariffs on pharmaceuticals. Why? I got to, Robert Kennedy and Vance. Let's get rid of these vaccines. We don't need them. Trump is running the former Kennedy Center for arts and this is, because he's a showman. Stay the fuck out of that business. He just didn't like the name Kennedy on it, so he had to take it over. It's amazing that everybody in Trump's world that's not an ass licker of Trump is a scumbag that has to be investigated and put out of business. Or we got to change the name. Or we got to blackmail universities. I don't know that universities are always good or bad or everything they do is right. Maybe they are too liberal. Maybe they're not. But the fact is, you want to bully them and have the universities give the government billions to waste on increasing our debt instead of educating our kids? And your whole philosophy is, well, now that I punish them, they'll educate our kids better? I mean, it seems like everything's topsy-turvy and upside down and inside out and backwards.
Couldn't disagree with that.
Tim, what are we going to do?
I think you just keep talking about it and trying to find a common ground and let the people utilize their knowledge and opinions to try and influence situations in a positive.
That may be part of the problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to laugh because I can't cry that much.
Nah.
Right?
No tears.
No. Well, let's see what happens tomorrow. We'll wake up. Tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah.
All right? And for Trump and his friends.
Eat shit. Fuck you. You're a dope. You're an asshole. Stupid jerk. Fucking jerk. You're an idiot. Eat shit.
Okay, so that's pretty much what I feel about.
Drop dead.
Right.
Drop dead. Drop dead.
I'm not saying that. It's the little munchkin guy that's saying that. So I do think that we're in trouble. We got to recognize that, and the voters have to do something about that, and they have to get more sensible. Okay, I think we're done for today.
All right, let's get some feedback from you guys out there. This all helps.
Yeah, buy some merch so we could contribute that money to the North Texas Food Bank. Okay, we got golf balls, which are really good they're Angry Allen golf balls, so hit them with your driver as hard as you can. We got some great high quality shirts, and again, 50% of the proceeds go to the North Texas Food Bank.
All right, well, that's a good show. Thanks, Angry Allen.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you, Tim.